Hi, the Chesterfield Township Library has allowed me, Mr. Mike, another drawing video with you guys. Being that it's nice and rainy outside and wet, I figured we'd do a nice walk through the park with our umbrella and drippy rain everywhere. Our basic shapes are going to be circles, triangles, and rectangles as we usually use, or squares. So I have a circle for the hood, circle for the face, circle for the eyes, half circle for the umbrella, rectangle for the handle, half circle for the hook so that we can hang those up when we're done, circles for hands, triangles for the collar and for the jacket, rectangles for the sleeves, circles for the buttons. The tops of the boots will be big squares, and square for 1 foot and an oval for the other, just because we're picking that up. I'm going to round these corners off later on, but when I start my drawings, this is how I usually break them down. And once I get my pencil all ready and all these shapes done, then I move on to the tracing with my Sharpie and clean everything up. So let us begin. I'm going to start with the head, because that's the most important part, because we focus on that first. All eyes are 2 eyes. So I look at the face, I start in the center of my picture, move up and slightly over to the right. I'm going to draw the head first, so an oval for the entire face area. And I'm going to put the face inside just to make it nice and clean. So 2 eyes, nice and bright, shiny eyes. So full circles for the eyes. I'm going to do a half circle for the nose right between and just below, and then a big smile because we are happy when we can dance in the rain. And a smile, wrinkles on either side, half circles for the cheeks. Now that's it for the head, but for the self, I'm going to put the hood so you can pull it over to keep your hair dry. So I'm going to start somewhere underneath the chin, follow around my face. I can make it any shape I want for the hood, but I am going to follow all the way around and keep it kind of close by the chin so it's got a nice hood around. I'm going to stop there and go on to the jacket. So underneath his chin, directly underneath the smile, go down and up for one collar, down and back up for the other collar. So now it starts his jacket. Now the jacket's going to start underneath, right where you left off your triangles. We're going to go down. And for this one, I think I'm going to go across. And then I'm going to go back up. But I'm not really going to touch that collar yet. I'm going to leave that spot open, because what I want to do is I'm going to start underneath the chin area and go out for the sleeve, down for the sleeve, and back toward the body. So he's got a coat. I'm going to leave that gap there so it kind of shows a little bit of space. It doesn't kind of stitch all the way up to the collar. I'm going to roll that cuff up by giving a nice little rectangle shape, so just a line through it. Now the hand's going to be fairly easy. I could do a circle if I want, but I usually use, when I do my hands, is thumb first and then fingers. 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 ovals, and makes the hand. I'm going to stop there for that hand. The jacket I'm going to finish up real quick and put the buttons, because we got to be able to either be buttons or zippers. So I'm going to put 1 button, 2 buttons, and 3 buttons. Kind of button up that coat. Now I need the other arm. The other arm's going to be a little bit trickier, not quite as easy as this one, but let's start again at the shoulder. I'm going to go out just a little bit and then down, and I'm going to go back toward the jacket. Okay, much like we did there, and I'm going to fold the sleeves, so I'm going to round 2 cuffs. So I got 2 cuffs. Now the hand, we've talked about this before, when we fold our hand up and make a fist, thumb goes down and fingers are going to be stacked donuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my thumb first. So thumb down, my oval pointing down, my finger stacked donuts. So I'm going to go 1 finger oval, 2 ovals, 3 ovals, kind of makes a fist. Now I can finish off my palm, but I'm going to wait real quick, so I'm going to do my umbrella. So underneath my last donut, I'm going to horseshoe up, over a little bit, and then back around to the hand. So look at the umbrella handle. I have a little gap there, so I'm allowed to fill it in with whatever I want. So I'm going to do maybe a half circle for the palm, and then a wrist. So I can do whatever I want in the hand area, because the wrist doesn't really matter as much as those fingers to be done. Now the umbrella is going to go up from our handle. So up and up from the hand. Now the umbrella can be really kind of as special as you want. I'm going to make it really big to make sure that's covered. So starting right in the middle, I can do a small little bump. It's a little half, kind of quarter horseshoe there. Right where I left off, I'm going to go out a little bit. Right where I left off on this one, out a little bit. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 bumps. Now I'm going to go play connect dots, one for the other. So one side, up, over, all the way back and touch the other side. Now these are the ribs for the umbrella when we open it, so I'm going to go from one point to the top of my circle, other point to the top of my circle. I'm going to have my top of my umbrella with a circle on top. Now I can be fancy and put a couple of circles underneath, where it holds it all together. So now my umbrella is done. I need my boots, so I'm going to do one leg at a time. So down and down for one leg, and across. Now my boots can be fairly big. If you ever wear the boots, the galoshes, they're going to be bigger than your shoes, because usually you put your shoes on, then you put a sandwich bag on top or a bread bag on top, then you put your whole foot in a big boot. So we're going to make one big boot. So I'm going to make one line across there. So now it's slightly bigger than my leg. I'm going to go down and down. This one's going to be slightly longer because I'm going to turn at the heel, underneath the boot, back up, and touch. So it's a rectangle on top of a rectangle. I'm going to fold my foot just a little bit. So I have a rectangle and a rectangle. And I'm going to stop for that boot. This boot's going to be a little bit different. So this one's going to go out a little bit. So right where I left off at my end of my jacket, I'm going to go just a small little line. And I'm going to follow that line down a little bit and down. So I've got my rectangle this way. But I'm going to turn the boot upward. So now I'm going to half circle, goes up, turn around, and finish at the heel. But that's kind of a odd looking boot. I want the bottom of the boot, so what I want to do now to make the bottom of my boot at the same time, I'm going to start my heel around, half circle up to the front. So basically it looks like one big oval. So now he's got a boot. I can stick a little leg back there if I need to kind of fill in the gap. We have a smiling face, of course, if we want to make this a young lady. It's really easy. All I do is I use the Disney method and put a couple of eyelashes. So 1, 2, 3. So now she's smiling in the rain. I don't know if it's raining. I think it should be. So if it's raining, I need to do raindrops. Raindrops are fairly simple. All we're going to do is up and down, and then round the bottom. Up and down, round the bottom. Up, down, round the bottom. Up, down, round the bottom. I can make as many as I want. I can make them really, really heavy rain. I can make it not so much rainy. I can make it a little drippy. Just look like little upside down ice cream cones at this point. Up, down, turn, up, down, half circle. Maybe another one here. Up, down, half circle. Up, down, half circle. Kind of fill my page with them all over the place. Now, if it's raining, it needs to have puddles because we need to step in puddles and have a good time with them. So underneath this big boot, I'm going to make a big puddle. So what I'm going to do is make pretty much a bunch of ovals so I can make as many shapes or as goofy lines as I want, but I want to start with just a kind of a horizontal line, turn it back, maybe out, turn it back, out, turn it back, out, turn it back, out, turn it back, and end. So now I got a puddle to splash in. I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm going to sign my name at the bottom real quick because this is the end of the video, or at least the lesson. You can put your name on there. Please do. Make sure you sign the year too because it's pretty important. I'm going to wrap it up here. So go to the library, go get some books. You're going to need these on a rainy day anyway, so you might as well pick them up. I'm going to add some color to my wonderful picture because I don't want to have everything just in black and white. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.